Thanks so much for joining us, Champ.
Pleasure,
Appreciate
Jim.
it. So, a new book,
Yes,
very thick,
yes.
The Undisputed Truth, and Broadway show, HBO special. You're going to start boxing promoting.
Yes.
What's the goal here? Is this a redemption, or is this just the next phase of your life? What are you hoping for?
I don't want anything. I want to entertain people. You know, I don't believe in redemption. No one can redeem themselves. It's either they want to change their lifestyle or they don't. But there's no such thing as we're going to redeem ourselves. We don't forget what happened in the past. People always say, forget that. But we never forget, do we? We never forget.
The incredibly difficult childhood that you write about. You got into robbing people when you were 7. You really had no supervision, nobody teaching you right from wrong.
Well, the people that was over my house, you know, they were pretty much into the fast street life, and I realized that was the life I was into, because everybody in my house was pretty much, even though they were nice people, they came across as nice people, they always were into some kind of vice or something.
How does it shape you mentally as an athlete? When Cus D'Amato trained you, you were fierce in the ring. You would get into the ring and people were scared of you. Were you channeling the anger that you had from your childhood, or was it just something completely different?
Well, it could have been that as well. You know, I think a lot of it had to do with that. You know, a great part of it had to do with that, because I never wanted to live that life again. And I realized every fight was a decision, or if I'm going to go back to that lifestyle or not. So I really took competition extremely serious. It wasn't like most kids, we're going to win a trophy, and my parents came and they supported me. All right, we got Pop Warner or softball. No, every fight as a kid was extremely serious to develop to the next stage of my career, my success as far as becoming a heavyweight champion.
Are you following at all the stories about the kids that do this knockout game? What do you think of it? What do you make of it?
Hey, I think that's just really some bad stuff, you know, and it's really bad. And I believe those people should be dealt with. Only thing I only saw them knock out one guy, everybody else was women. So, you know, these guys are cowards, and I'm not going to base my opinion on what should happen to them, but these are really bad people, and they should be dealt with the full extent of the law.
You're a complicated guy. You've had real highs and real lows. What do you think has been the highlight of your life so far, your best moment?
I don't know, maybe getting off drugs, just living my life now. This is the highlight of my life now. Yes, not in jail. I didn't kill anybody. No one killed me. I don't have no complicated life right now. You know, life is not a bowl of cherries even now, you know.
Why not?
Because I'm just dealing with life on life terms. I'm dealing with people. I have different children from different people, so that's never an easy situation. But I'm just happy that my children didn't turn out like I did, you know. But there's always a struggle in situations like that.
You said I never killed anybody. It is, to a degree, considering how ferocious you were in the ring and some of the troubles you've had with the law, it is kind of amazing that you never killed anyone.
Well, it's amazing no one ever killed me either, so, you know,
Right.
It goes both ways. I tried the best of my ability the last 5 years to live my life as like a productive citizen in society. Residuals and residue of a life that had so much potential and just didn't reach its highest potential.
You feel like you didn't reach your highest?
Absolutely not, you know.
You were the heavyweight champion of the world.
I could have been better.
A better person or a better fighter?
Both.
You're trying now to be a better person, though.
Well, I am a better person now. I'm not trying, I am, you know, and I established that. Life has ups and downs. Hard times fall upon anybody. If I won the Nobel Peace Prize, still I'm gonna have to deal with life on life terms.
So at the peak of your career, you were convicted and sent to prison for rape,
Yes.
which you write and you talk about in your Broadway show that you did not do. In the preface of the book, you lay out the case for your innocence, including some harsh words for the judge, but you also say about the judge, the little white woman judge who sent me to prison just might have saved my life. How did she save your life?
Well, I was no longer on the streets, getting in trouble. I was just, I was being very difficult. I was very difficult, I was very confused. I didn't really have a direction when I was out. Even though I was still at the peak of my game, I just didn't have a direction in life. And when I went to prison, even though it wasn't like, you know, the happiest moment of my life, I learned some kind of peace. I received some kind of peace. And when I came out, I became more successful than I ever was before.
What did you learn about yourself when you were in prison?
That I could accomplish anything I want, and I could change my mind at any time I want. And I don't have to be the person that I once was before, not necessarily anybody. Even right now, I don't have to be this person now. I could change my mind anytime I want and be whatever I want to be, and I don't have no glass ceilings in my world.
And yet you came out, you still drank a lot, you still did drugs.
Yes.
And you're off drugs now.
Yes.
How much money do you think you spent on drugs? I mean, you're an incredibly wealthy man.
I don't know. I spent enough.
Millions?
I don't think I spent millions on drugs. I wouldn't be here if I spent millions on drugs. You know, I spent some money on drugs. Most of my drugs are free, you know, but yeah, I had fun with drugs.
What was the moment that you realized, God, I need to stop doing this?
I just had to. I believe when my daughter died when she was 4 years old, I had a 4-year-old daughter that passed away in a really mysterious freak accident. And just wanted to stop. I still didn't stop, but like a month after that, 2 months after that, I just doing the Tower of Life, and it started changing my life.
Was that the worst moment of your life?
Yes, that's the worst moment of my life, yes.
In the documentary, you talk about something Cus told you.
You have to face your demons, you hear me, Mike? Because if you don't, they'll follow you to eternity. And you remember, Mike, to be careful how you fight your fight, because the way you fight your fight will be the way you live your life.
Are your demons still with you?
They never leave. That's why they're demons. Demons don't go anywhere, not even with exorcisms and all that stuff, you know. People tell you that's just ridiculous. Your demons stay with you for the rest of your life. It's just, as I said, Cus, you have to deal with them.
Well, I wish you peace.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for the interview. I appreciate it.